I normally do 1 minute training videos because the shorts get a lot of views. But I felt like I needed to do a little bit longer of one because I'm having an issue with my bench. Now here I've just warmed up to 225 pounds and I'm doing my normal press and I could feel tightness in my shoulder, which is concerning because I've seen a lot of guys just blow their shoulders out when they're bench pressing when they ignore those pains. So I gotta be honest with you, it scares the crap out of me. Here I'm just changing up I think I brought my elbows in a little bit and maybe I turned my wrists just to try to tuck the press under a little and just don't feel safe going up in weight. So now I'm thinking, how do I train around this problem? What can I do to get my bench training and not lose any time and still make progress or at least not lose any strength? That's kind of where I'm thinking. I give it one last go with a little bit of a wider grip, and actually I think it got a little bit worse. It just doesn't feel right. I'm just going slow, low, and trying to feel it out. Now, half of me saying, take a week off, don't press. The other half of me saying, you got 5 weeks of competition. There's no time for it. So I'm trying it with the number 2 board. Let's see if that mitigates the pain, because that worked for the last session I did. But the problem is I really didn't feel like I got much out of that session. Now, Dean Malenga made a video where he gave me a couple of pointers, but I had already done this training session before he posted that video. So I didn't really get an opportunity to consider his words before I did my training. But interestingly enough, I am going to try a pin press. I want to see if pressing out of the pins fixes it. It's a fixed height. My rack doesn't have the best adjustments. But I'm going to give pin pressing a try, see if that works. Maybe that'll keep the bar above where the shoulder discomfort is. And after pressing out of the pins, and thinking about it for a minute, I felt like the block was better, even though the pins it's a little bit longer range of motion, so it probably would have been better to train out of the pins. I felt like the block felt better. 225 pounds is just not enough weight for me to really ascertain if it's going to be an issue or not. So I put 315 on with a number 2 board, and I'm going to give that a go. I'm being super cautious with these. Bobby Forever is my training partner, and he's the one doing my numbers and my programming. But I rely on you guys when it comes to accessories, physical therapy stuff. I call it the panel of experts. You know, YouTube's got so many lifters, and there's so many competent, strong people, and everybody has something to offer, and you can learn from everybody, and that's what I generally try to do. Now, the number 2 board is just not, it's still feeling uncomfortable, so I'm going to try a 3 board, which really restricts the range of motion. One of the things I love about YouTube is it has turned into a rather pleasant little community where everybody contributes and shares with each other. And with a number 3 board, it feels perfect. No pain, no discomfort. Now the question is, how do I get anything out of such a short range of motion? And the first thing that comes to mind is overloads. So I'm going to put as much weight as I can on and do as many reps with that weight as I can. Here's 365 pounds. The one awesome thing about the bench block is that you can set the distance to match your sticking points. It's really awesome for overloading sticking points. And now this is about 2 inches above my sticking point. But if I put 405 pounds on and take it to failure, I am getting quite the workout. But then, of course, the question becomes, how do you train the lower range of motion? I messed around with dumbbells off camera, and then I tried the camber bar. And here's the cool thing. Holding the camber bar at this width, I felt no discomfort whatsoever. And I'm looking at my arms. How are they different from the barbell? Why would this feel awesome and the barbell hurt so much? The only thing I can see is that my grip is really wide. But there's also only 135 pounds on the bar, so is that really a good test? Everything feels great with this bar. I almost feel like I should have been training with it from the beginning. Now, when I'm usually doing my 1-minute videos, I don't showcase my entire training routine, but usually in between sets, I'm doing some kind of a pull to counterbalance the push. I generally, as a rule of thumb, like to be as strong pulling as I am pushing. Now that's not always possible, but it's good to try to at least be balanced. With these bands, you can move your arms easily up and down and like really attack the specific muscle you want to hit. You can kind of feel it out as you're pulling, and when you target the area that you want, then you can just go until it's burned out. I usually take these to failure. Well, the only thing to do now is to start loading the camber bar up and see how far I can push it before I feel any pain or discomfort. Let's see what we got, boys. For everyone that's been supporting me through this odyssey that I'm on to IPL Worlds 2022 in Alabama, it'll be in October on the 22nd. I can't thank you guys enough. If you like something I'm doing, throw me a subscription. I could really use the help. And to the people that have been supporting me, God bless you guys. You guys are awesome.